T minus 30 seconds. T minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
On tonight's show, from Pace Development Jo Britton, from Horizon Health Network Aaron Hornback, and artist Kate O'Brien.
Well, a very good evening to each and every one of you joining us here at your Manchester Towers for another sensational 45 minutes of fantasticness.
Oh, that was almost alliteration.
Something similar. How are you?
I'm all right. Can you see me?
This is probably the weirdest situation ever. I don't know if you can see everybody, but when we touch hands, because you're not allowed to.
Not allowed to.
We've got, look at this, everybody. Let's close in on Carol's shot. Look at that. Look! We've got a screen right between us, and it's been the strangest evening because she's gone that way, I've gone that way, and we've not actually. This is eye contact now.
Eye contact.
There we go. We've done that. We've done that.
COVID secure.
You've also brought your zebra mask. Yes, and I've brought. Here we are. Look at this, everybody, because they are still available. These are the lovely Your Manchester masks. I don't know if you can tell, but there we've got Shell. There we've got Belle, and so it's all going on. It's going to be absolutely a sensational evening of talking.
Yeah.
Now
definitely.
it is, of course, all about health and well-being today, and we want your input on this, everybody. So please get involved as much as you possibly want or can. We want to help you today. That's the idea behind today's show. Get in contact with us by following these links.
It's your Manchester.
I've just been told my mask looks like a codpiece, everybody. Whatever one of them is. I don't think I'd get my legs through
You've
that.
obviously not been to many Shakespeare plays.
I don't think I would get my legs through that, you know.
No.
I really don't.
No.
I tell you, we have got an absolute pleasure.
Moving on.
Why are we doing a show, do you think? I class tonight as an important show, but why are we doing a show about health and well-being?
Oh my goodness. It's the new year and the obligatory, New Year's resolution, gonna lose weight, gonna do this, that and the other. Yeah. I think that people should not pick specific things where I'm going to use 2 stone, 4 stone or whatever it is. They look at doing themes. Health and well-being, especially in this time. We're almost 12 months lockdown, not lockdown, and linked to the pandemic. We've got to look after our health, and it's just key to do that now, and not just physical health, but mental health as well.
Mental health is sometimes more important than physical health, I think, isn't it?
Yeah,
I don't think that's a strange thing to say at all, but I think it is quite an important thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is.
Right, now with that in mind then, you have prepared for us some lovely guests today, and the first guest we are going to be talking to is a lady responsible for founding and of course the director of a company called Pace Development. Now she's had around about 20 years of experience in the professional services, training, membership and manufacturing sectors. I don't know what I'm saying, so let's find out more by bringing into the conversation Miss Jo Britton. Hello!
Hello, how are you?
How are you?
Hi.
I am full of mojo today. Super
Mojo,
excited.
yes. Tell us about your Jo Mojo.
So, the mojo has come from actually my experiences during the first lockdown. So, I have my own business. I was in the second year. First year was amazing. Everything was going so well. Then overnight, the pandemic hit and everything just disappeared. overnight. And to say I had lost my mojo was a massive understatement, and I kind of spiraled into anxiety, and I couldn't eat and I couldn't sleep, and I was watching people bake banana bread and they seemed to function and I just couldn't. So I'd really lost my mojo, and I kind of thought, what am I going to do? How am I going to get this back? Because I knew that, you know, to navigate all this unpredictability that we've got going on at the moment, you kind of need your mojo. You need your motivation, your energy, your enthusiasm, but it's just so hard. So I put myself through a bit of my own boot camp, to be honest, just to try and keep moving forward, because I think that is just so important for people right now. There is just so much unpredictability in the world, and our brains don't like unpredictability. Our brains are prediction machines. So when everything is predictable, we're okay. When everything is chaotic, this is when we get into sort of anxiety and stress, and we kind of lose our mojo. So that's really where it comes from. And this is what I'm doing now, have a mojo method to help people through these difficult and challenging times so that you can be more and do more and live more despite everything that's going on right now.
Yeah. And this is great that you're sharing this as well, because I remember March the 6th, doing the Women Like Us with Lloyds Bank, and you were one of my panel members, and that's when the pandemic was just coming in, but not quite. People didn't quite know what it was, and you couldn't make it then, and then that's, you know, the lockdown happened. And you did say to me on messages, you know, you've got to get your mojo back, which was great that you were doing that. And it's great that you've packaged this now to actually help and support other people. And did it take you long to do that?
Well, I mean, for me, I've put myself through a few things. So, you know, it started with some really simple stuff. Like for me at the time, I couldn't get out of bed. So it was actually get up, get dressed, put my lippy on. I mean, this is my trademark, is my red lipstick, and I couldn't even do that. So, you know, I started with some really, really simple things, and then looked at ways that I could take a little bit of action each day, created some consistent habits, started just to do some things. And one of the massive things that helped me was to go and hunt out people who actually were really inspiring, that thought differently than me, that had a different perspective, that were able to kind of do things, you know, in a different way, and connect with them and make community. And after a series of steps that I took, it kind of was only about 14 days when I started to get my mojo back. And that helped me be a bit more creative in the things that I was doing, and I felt a lot calmer. And so I thought, you know, this actually is a method, you know, how to find your motivation and sustain it. How do you overcome obstacles and setbacks? How do you move from feeling really in a negative space towards being more positive? Positivity is very hard. It is not hardwired into us like negativity bias is. Yeah. And how can you keep taking action with some oomph? So that's what mojo actually now. And so I have a kind of a 14-day program where people start on day one and they set something that they want to achieve by the end of the 14 days. And we coach them and we train them and we give them the techniques and their brain science to really help them achieve it. And do you know, the results have been absolutely amazing. So people that have lost their job during the pandemic and they found another job, you know, in super quick time, people that have just started a business as a result of being made redundant, and found customers and clients and things by the end of 14 days. It has been absolutely amazing. I'm super proud of it. I'm super proud of my Mojo tribe, who really have been pioneers of this method and experience. And now I'm kind of bringing it to more people through a community and a membership, because I just think we have a choice at the moment. There are lots of things happening, but we can choose to kind of navigate the world with more energy and more motivation and enthusiasm, despite things that are going on around us.
And Jo, where can we find? Because I know that you've done some, is it podcasts?
Yes.
So just briefly, can you tell us where people can find your podcast and start following this?
Yeah, so I was inspired, actually. I'd never done a podcast before, but Mojo Matters is my podcast. So it's on iTunes and Spotify. And what I wanted to do was bring hope and inspiration to people despite their circumstances, in the hope that somebody might relate to someone's story. So I've got absolutely incredible guests from all walks of life who have been so willing to share their stories and actually how they've overcome some of their challenges, what tools, techniques, strategies that they've used, and they're just providing so much hope and inspiration to others. So you can find Mojo Matters on Spotify and iTunes, but you can also hop over to see me on Instagram. I'm jobritton.mojo on Instagram, and I share loads of resources and free training and things like that there.
And
That's
just very quickly,
fantastic.
how useful has Zumba been to you? Because I know you love your Zumba.
Yeah.
I do love Zumba. It's brilliant. And, exercise, isn't it? And the thing about Zumba that I really like is I'm totally uncoordinated. I really don't care, but it's the music and the vibe and the singing that you can just join along. And I do an online Zoom class that my sister runs, actually. She's a Zumba instructor, so it's been amazing. So get exercising in the way that you enjoy most.
I might join you.
I think
do.
so.
I do.
I will send you the link.
And thank you very much for everything you're doing for us and everything you're doing for the people to get us through this really strange and bizarre times. That's Jo Britton, everybody, all the way from the lovely Pace Development.
Thank you, Jo.
Everybody, amazing.
Brilliant.
Now, we are doing, obviously, health and well-being today, so we thought we'd set our Charlie Houston Sykes a little challenge, and that's, how do you make drinking healthy?
Hello, my loves. It's Charlie Houston Sykes with this week's Booze and Bites. This week I was asked to talk wellness. Now, when it comes to wellness and booze, it will be really easy for me to suggest that you add some fresh fruit juices to your booze, move away from maybe your martinis and head instead into something with fruit juice, Bloody Marys, swap out your ginger ale with your rum for some pineapple juice. But what I would like to do instead is talk about mindful drinking. So I don't know if any of you remember the last recession, but we kind of moved away from drinking in quantity, so going out the weekend and getting completely hammered, into drinking quality. We didn't have that much money, so we wanted to invest it properly in stuff that we really like to drink and we really enjoy. And that's actually, in a weird way, part of mindful drinking. It's thinking about what you're drinking, how you're drinking it, what is it bringing to you? Do you love that couple of glasses of wine on a Friday night? That's all you need, you're sorted. Or are you finding that every time you go to the recycle bin, it's getting a little full in there? Given the situation that we're in, lockdown 3.0, it's really easy to lean on that crutch. And I would not tell you to do either thing. This is non-preachy, non-judgy, you do you. But the new year is a good time to have a look at it and have a look at what you're drinking and when you're drinking. It's also something that we find that happens when we get older as well. We tend to find that we want to invest in our drinks rather than just spending a couple of quid on a couple of cans from the offie down the road. So things to consider. What am I drinking? When am I drinking it? How much am I drinking? Am I leaning on a couple of glasses? Or is it more like a couple of bottles? Is it becoming a bingey thing every time I feel a crisis coming on, or in response to bad news? Can I switch out the odd glass for something non-alcoholic instead? Now, I'm not going to get preachy about it, as I say. There's plenty of evidence out there to suggest, and I will happily send papers to anybody who wants the details, that drinking some alcohol is actually better for us than drinking no alcohol at all. But given the situation we're in, the stresses we're in, maybe it's time we all have a little look at that liquor cabinet and see what's in it and what's left at the end of the week. That's it from me this week. I appreciate a bit of a serious one, but we'll be back to all things fruity and fluffy next week. I'll see you then.
We're going through an unprecedented time. The world may be changing, but we are coming through this. We are your Manchester. We're Manchester's #1 chat show, and our chosen topic is always you. We specialise in a unique form of sponsorship and advertising that brings your brand to the forefront of conversation, both in Manchester and its surrounding areas. Your Manchester is returning, so get involved, become a sponsor or an advertising partner. We are coming through this. We are your Manchester.
Well, there you go. So if you do want to get in contact and you do want to start, I know it's strange times at the moment, if you do want to get your product seen on our lovely show, all you need to do is get in contact us at yourmcr.com. Now then, moving on. What a week it's been. Now, you said health and well-being.
Yeah.
My favourite thing to do is swimming. Now, I been around about 100 years ago, there was a swimming pool that's just been discovered, everybody, over at the old Mayfield depot that's now being done up. And they found the swimming pool.
Amazing.
Look at this, everybody. They found the swimming pool. It's just a couple of tiles that they found, but apparently the rest of the pool is there and is intact.
Yeah.
Now,
because it was bombed in the war. That's why they had to demolish
1940. Yeah, that's right. Now, I think what they should do is they should turn that into a nice sort of water feature within the new area that they were having.
I don't even know what they're going to do around there. What are they doing
Lots of buildings, and the best part is we're getting a nice garden, a big garden.
A big garden, so also a bit of green in the city.
Green in the city, which you can never go wrong with.
Water feature would work, wouldn't
Water features or watercolours. Yes.
Yeah, that moves nicely on.
Well, do you know, I try my best.
Yeah. Oh, beautiful.
So this is a lovely artist, isn't it? Now, she's called Kate O'Brien, and, well, let's have a look at her VT first, because I want everybody to see and celebrate these wonderful, wonderful paintings. Please welcome Kate O'Brien.
Hello, hi.
Wow. I was just saying, as that VT was playing there is one particular black and white painting halfway through towards the end of that VT, and oh my goodness, it emotes me. It emotes me.
Oh, that's lovely.
I love the Stockport ones as well, because I've done so many events around Stockport Market, the Victorian Market Hall, which you're based in 3 days a week when we're open, and the Underbank. So atmospheric, it's lovely.
So how did you get into art then? When did you get the calling, if you like, to become an artist?
Honestly, I mean, since I was little, I always knew that that's what I wanted to do. And obviously kind of drew and painted ever since I can remember. But then I ended up teaching secondary school art for about 10 years.
and sort of did this alongside it, and eventually sort of took the leap and did this full time.
It's amazing stuff. And the particular style that you do, where did that kind of develop from?
Tea bags, Kate, tea bags.
Yeah, it is tea bags. I didn't just spill my brew on my work by accident. It was intentional, I promise. But yeah, I mean, there's a picture behind me. It's like I use tea staining in my work to sort of create the sort of nostalgic feeling and this sort of aged effect. So it's a bit like when you're at school and you do like that letter in history and use a tea bag to make it look all old. It's a similar sort of thing, really. But yeah, it's quite unusual, I think. It's quite an unusual approach.
It's quite fantastic is what it is. It is. Now, you're originally from Derbyshire, is that correct?
Yeah.
And it's obviously better being in Stockport, isn't it, than Derbyshire?
Oh, but it's different. It's different. I mean, as a teenager, I lived in Whaley Bridge, and as a teenager, it was honestly awful. I used to have to get 3 buses to get into Manchester for a night out, and it was horrendous getting home, and I hated living in Whaley Bridge. But now, actually, looking at the lovely countryside there, I can definitely see the appeal. But that's just as you get older, isn't it? You start to appreciate the countryside a bit more.
Definitely. And I want to ask you about because you do bespoke work as well. Because it's not just big mansions whereby you've done their house. It's sometimes it's people whereby they've grown up in a lovely little terrace or something, and from a nostalgic point of view, they want their childhood home. And so you do those kind of bespoke and those commissions. Tell me about an interesting one that you've done.
Yeah, I mean, there's quite a few. Most of the pictures I do have got lovely stories behind them. But there was one I did recently, which was it was actually an old, like a ruin, this house back in Ireland. And the daughter of a man, it was for his 80th, had it commissioned. It was the house that he owned and they all grew up in, but it was just a wreck now, really. But obviously to this man it was very, very meaningful. So the painting looks like sort of like a broken up old building with all leaves and it's all overgrown and everything. It's very atmospheric. But to this man it was the house that he spent most of his life, and to his kids they grew up there, so to them it's really, really special. So there's quite a few pictures I've done of things like people's childhood homes, and it's just something that brings back so many memories, and particularly because of the style in which that I work, it's I think it's quite emotive, really.
There is one place, of course, that you've not painted as yet, as far as I'm aware. That's a little street called Canal Street here in Manchester.
I know, I'm sorry. It will happen, I promise.
That street's known for its teabagging. So I think you should fully do a painting there.
I'll raise the tone, Kate. I'll raise the tone. So, shush. I'm going to make an appeal because I just think some of your paintings would be great for period dramas. Like opening credits for period dramas. Anything from like your Peaky Blinders to, I don't know, your Pride and Prejudice. I could see your paintings as those opening credits. I'm just doing a plug there to see if anybody's watching.
Brilliant, that sounds great.
Just going off that, we are about to launch our new opening titles in a couple of weeks, so I'm just going to leave that there with you. Is there a place that you've wanted to paint that you've not managed to get round to doing yet?
Yeah, I mean, there are loads of places. I mean, Stockport is obviously my main focal point because I'm based in Stockport Market, and there's so many areas in Stockport that I still haven't even touched upon. So sometimes you'll find people getting a bit upset that I've sort of neglected that part of Stockport. Or why haven't you painted Reddish? Or why haven't you painted this? So I'm trying to sort of work my way around. But yeah, I mean, there's quite a few sort of Manchester buildings and Manchester scenes that I still haven't sort of managed to tackle, but it will happen. It will happen.
Yeah, I've got a question for you. So you and I have got a royal connection.
Oh, way up. A royal connection? Is that because you sat next to the Queen?
No. Oh. No. What's your Queen of title?
Queen of Architectural Portraits.
Oh.
I think.
Oh.
We'll have that.
Explain what that is, because people think we are really royalty. We are in our own slingbacks, but...
queen in your own lunchtime.
Yeah, I'm
Yes.
queen of engaging events. We're part of a business network whereby we've won a title. And we've been voted for and we've won a title. And the alumni is called the Royal Connection, and we're both in the Royal Connection. And she's queen of...
Architectural portraits.
Oh, that sounds really
I
fun.
like it. What title would you bestow? Let's ask Kate, because I'll ask you and you'd answer sensibly. Kate, what title would you bestow on me?
Oh goodness, I'm not sure. I think I'll have to have a think about that one.
Queen of wet-looking frocks.
Queen of wet-looking frocks.
That's a good one, yeah.
It is moist out there today. It is very moist out there today. Where can we find your artwork?
So normally I'm inside Stockport Market Hall 4 days a week, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Obviously at the moment I'm at the kitchen table because it's locked down. But yeah, normally I'm in there. I've got pictures up around sort of Stockport and Manchester as well, in cafes and restaurants, so obviously can't see those at the minute either. But
Can
hopefully
people
soon.
purchase your prints online or things like this?
Yeah. So I've got a website which is kate-o'brien.co.uk, and I'm on all the usual social media, Facebook, Instagram, all that stuff. So yeah.
One final thing. I don't think we've got it here, but we'll put it on the Your Manchester Twitter feed and on the Facebook. But you have done a fantastic atmospheric look at our wonderful NHS heroes, and round of it's absolutely beautiful, and we'll put that on the Facebook and on the Twitter, those pictures,
Absolutely.
so that people can see them. They're gorgeous.
Oh, thank you.
To actually do that yourself, though, going further than that, the actual artwork's being gorgeous. You're gorgeous as well for doing something as beautiful as that, so thank you very much for that.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. All right then. Thank you very much for your time today, Jo Britton, a fantastic artist.
Yeah.
Tea staining was a different. They used to be able to read tea leaves, didn't you?
Yeah, you could. I want to say, because I think the next thing we're going to do is talk about Hayley. That's me with my crystal ball and looking at the tea leaves.
And an
that are
earpiece.
nice. And don't spoil the magic.
Okay, I'm sorry, I won.
Stop
I
it.
won.
And because of Hayley's review of Queen's Gambit.
Oh, have you watched it?
Oh, I loved it.
The thing that I would recommend everybody watching at the moment, without a shadow of a doubt, is Bridgerton.
Love Bridgerton.
OMG. I watched the first episode, I was a bit like, oh God, it's going to be
the
all...
Duke of Hastings.
It's going to be pathetic and it's going to be... Wow, is all I can say. If you have got a few minutes spare in the day, and let's face it, who hasn't? Tune into Bridgerton. Or on Channel 4, it is the great. But with more information about films that are perhaps a bit uplifting, let's check in with On The Box and our Hayley Cartwright.
Hi, I'm Hayley and welcome to this week's On The Box. How are we all doing? What have we been up to? Probably not a lot because we are in lockdown 3, of course. And in Greater Manchester, we've had just 2 weeks reprieve since March. And I think the rest of the north, they've had like a month or something like that reprieve. That is it. So yeah, it can be a bit wearing, of course. I personally try and check in with a different friend once a week, just to say hi and make sure everyone's all right. I do my best anyway. But I decided to also pick a list of films that might help lift you if you are having an off day, shall we say. So first of all, I wanted to pick Prom, which is currently on Netflix, and that stars Meryl Streep. Meryl is absolutely outstanding, and she's just brilliant, really. Nicole Kidman, James Corden also star too. And it's about a girl who really wants to take her girlfriend to the school prom, but the PTA at the school are dead set against it. They do not want a same-sex couple. And in come all these thespians from the other side of America and try and improve everything for her and get her to the prom with her girlfriend. It's a musical, but there's ups and downs, and honestly, it really, really will put a smile on your face, so do give that a go. There's also Pursuit of Happiness. I know it's quite an old one, but I do think that does help that particular film. Back to the Future always brings a smile to my face. Beaches, if you do want a good cry, I find that Beaches helps. And also, you can't beat a bit of Bette Midler, can you? Also, Into the Wild, The Truman Show with Jim Carrey, 51st Dates, which is an inspirational film and shows new perspectives on love and life. And also Eat, Pray, Love, about a lady who loses everything and she takes herself on a journey to learn to love anyone and everything, including herself. There's wisdom, there's beautiful locations, and it will lift you on one of those low days too. And of course, if you do need to speak to somebody, please do not sit alone. If you've nobody to speak to, or you want to talk to someone outside of your friendship bubble, please do give the Samaritans a call. Do not struggle. It's 116 123. Never be ashamed to say that you need a bit of help. Now that's it from me. You have a good week, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye. I love her, Hayley. I love her.
She's checking
You
in on
haven't
people.
seen Beaches.
No, I've never.
How do you get through life as somebody that inspires so many people without watching the most inspirational
I'm not watching things
movie
with robots and monsters.
It's not a robot, it's not a monster. It's about a beautiful friendship between Bette Midler and Barbara Hershey. And it's honestly.
I know the song.
Well, you know, will you watch it for next time?
All right.
That's your task. I know you've got loads of time spare. Not. If you have a watch of it. It really is very. Beaches. Do we like beaches, people? As in the film? Not. Well, I mean the place as well, I suppose.
And I do love my films.
Yeah, films. I like my films, mate. I like my films. That's
what my
Geordie
godfather
accent.
used to say. He was from Dundalk, not Northern Ireland, it's Ireland, isn't it? Yeah. My films, or flims, he used to say. I feel the
From my
thing.
films.
Yeah.
I had a relative from Ireland.
Anyway, do you want any stamps?
Listen.
Do you want any stamps?
One second. I had a relative from Ireland, and they sent me a hot water bottle, but I had to send it back because when I got it, the water had gone cold. Anyhow.
Not racist at all.
What?
Do
It's been called racist by the culture queen. Quick panic.
Yeah.
Go on.
Yeah, right. It's just this.
Yeah.
It wobbles as well. Don't. It's gonna
Is it thundering?
Oh, don't do that. Don't do that because the germs will fly around.
Germs will go nowhere.
Boys
Put hand
and girls,
sanitizer in and
ladies and
everything.
gentlemen, do not wobble anything at home. Any of your screams. Right. I'm going to stop speaking now. Who's next?
This is the bit of the show, I'll be honest with you, this is the bit of the show that I've not really been looking forward to, because there is just a chance that this man might be quite healthy. Now, if he's healthy and into looking after his body, then he's got no chance with me, because I'm leaving here for a box, and I mean a box of Jaffa cakes, everybody. That's what I'll be doing. I will. Perhaps introduce him for us, Carol.
Oh, well, Aaron Hornback hails from the US of A.
Is he American?
He's American.
Oh, we'll ask him about America in a bit, because that's going well over there, isn't it?
No, because he's an adopted Manc now. So he knows stuff that's going on there, but, you know, he's more of a Manc. Anyway, he's the founder and director of Horizon Health Network, okay, and he founded that, it's 2016 now. 2016.
Oh, for days.
His personal training business, and he talks about an epiphany when he came. I'll let him talk about it in a minute, about his personal journey, but also as well, he is a pastor. He's a Christian pastor, not a pastor as in your food, but a Christian pastor, and he's just a fantastic singer as well. He sang at MEN Arena, you know.
So he's going to be looking after your soul.
Yeah.
My soul.
My soul.
Our
Everybody's soul.
All of it together, everybody.
She knew she was going to try and get that in. I do apologise. Over to you. Welcome to the show, Aaron Hornback.
Aaron Hornback, da-da-da-da-da. With better lighting than us. How are you doing, Aaron Hornback?
Hey, I'm doing all right. How are you?
Whereabouts in America, first of all, are you from?
So I was born in the state of Iowa.
Iowa?
Which, most people don't know that. If you know what Chicago is, you get in the car. That's in Illinois. Yes. Yeah, get in the car, drive 6 hours to the west, and you'll be at my house in Iowa.
Yeah. All right, then. Horizon Health Network. Describe it for us. What's it all about, please, Aaron?
So Horizon Health Network began off of the journey that I went on to discover health and well-being for myself and fitness. About nearly 10 years ago, I was actually on the borderline of having diabetes, heart disease, high blood pressure. I had sleep apnea. I was depressed, always in pain, always stressed, always anxious. And it all began for me with a little prayer of a miracle. You know, we all want a miracle where it just all falls off and we look like Arnold Schwarzenegger or whoever your fitness model person would be, or Utopia. And obviously I realized it's not just going to happen. So I just said a little prayer, Lord, can you help me overcome the obstacles in my mind? And I'll do it. And in 6 months, I lost 4.5 stone, kept it off, began building muscle. And then I realized there's so many different aspects to health and well-being than just your fitness. It's your mental health, your emotional health, your spiritual health, but also the health of the world that you're in. So your social health, your economic or financial health, and of course your occupational health, and how are you doing in the world that you work in, and your interaction with that world and vice versa. And so Horizon Health Network began off of that journey that I took. I became a personal trainer because I realized people around me were asking me for help, and I thought, why don't I give back to people, because I've been there, I know the struggle, I know the journey, and I want to help people in their journey as well, to Horizon in their health.
So let's just break that down a little bit then. Social health. I mean, we know about mental health, we know about physical health. Perhaps describe to us, what is social health?
So social health would have to do with your relationships that you're in. Maybe relationships in your home life, your work life, your neighborhood, school, the community that you're in. What is your social interaction like? Is it positive? Is it negative? Are there things in you that's impacting that, or people around you that could be impacting you in a negative way that is causing you to have all the other issues of mental, emotional health, and then of course physical health issues? Because I personally, everything's connected. If you're not well emotionally, you're not going to be well mentally. And so the decisions that you make are going to have an impact then on you physically, in the choices that you make, for example, with food, the choices of things that you do in your life. For example, get up and go for a walk or stay on the couch. A lot of times that has to do with how you're feeling. And if we allow our emotions to dictate our thinking, there are a lot of things that can actually become worse for us rather than better.
So Aaron, what you're doing, it's the whole thing. It's not, sorry, I'm using the analogy of a pie and you're going to tell me off. So it's not a piece of the pie, as in just a physical. It's the whole pie. It's the whole thing. It's a life-changing. It's looking at everything. And you're a counsellor as well. So, you know, sometimes somebody might come to see you from a physical point of view, you know, but then they might just need to sit down and talk.
Yeah.
That might help.
Yeah, I have a lot of clients. I had one, and they become my friends. That's the great thing. I had one who came to me. She said, I just need a personal trainer right now. My life's a wreck, and I just need to get myself in shape. And come to find out, she was dealing with alcoholism. And while working with her for over 2 years, I can say now she's a recovering alcoholic. She has gone through the process. There's some toxic things going on in her life that we just talked about. Sometimes we go on a run and then cool down and just chatting through life. And a lot of times that's what you need, not just someone giving you the iron to pump or a marathon to run or whatever you like to do in that aspect. Some of you are thinking, oh dear God, I don't even want to touch that subject of physical health. But a lot of times it is just saying, let's talk. I've had people just come and say, can I just have an hour of your time? And we just sit with, and one great thing is there's, yeah. Sorry?
You support, so you've supported people that have a disability, because the thing is, what I want, I know that you've supported people with a disability and possibly in a wheelchair. Now, is there any easy exercises, let's say, that Belinda and I can do?
Whoa, sorry.
Wait. Do you know what I mean? So sometimes we're waiting for, you know, to start the programme, or that kind of thing, and the, you know, the producers in the booth and the directors talking to us. Is there something that we could do while we're sat on our bums, is basically what I'm saying.
There's plenty of things you can do while you're sitting on your bums. So one of the things you can do is, while speaking of the bum, is you can just clench your bum, squeeze the bum, and as you're doing that, you're working muscles.
I just want to stop you there, Aaron, because if this was any other hour than right now, squeezing my bum wouldn't be painful, but things aren't in situ where they might normally be, so squeezing my bum is actually doing it's a bit like doing the nutcracker, I'll be honest with you. Really
Gotcha. No, I understand. So some other things you could do is think about the body part that you're going to work. So for example, if I'm going to be doing my back, you could get, say if you've got things around, you may not. I mean, in your situation, you don't have anything. So what you do is you think about the exercise of the muscles that you're going to work. So back exercise, you take your hands forward, make this, and you bring them back, elbows straight back, squeeze the shoulder blades as you come back, and then bring it forward. Squeeze those shoulder blades so you can feel the area of the muscles that you're working, yeah?
Can you feel that?
Yeah.
I can feel that, just sort of,
Aaron, can I just say, right, because we're obviously working to time, can I say, you know, like they've got that Joe Wicks out there.
Yeah, why are you not doing it?
Why can't you be our little bit of a Joe Wicks? Be our Aaron, be our American Aaron.
Well, thanks for that.
Do little snippets and get us to get going.
Get going.
Very, very much. In fact,
hey, that's a great idea. We'll have to have a chat and see what we can do.
Well, when you get up tomorrow and you're just putting your spandex on ready for the day, which I'm guessing will be in stars and stripes, when you're doing that in the morning, why don't you just set your camera up as nice as you've done now and just do us a few minutes of exercise? And I'll promise I'll watch it whilst eating a kebab.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's done a couple before.
I'm from Wigan.
Yeah.
I was born with a wig and a dress, and I've made a career in a wig and a dress. I mean, what are the chances, eh?
That's amazing.
And you do boot camps as well. You boot camps. He did.
Strict.
I know. Lots of Caribbean ladies or something.
Yeah. So I had ladies.
So you didn't get a slap?
Well, you know what? What's the most amazing thing to do is put some boxing gloves on some ladies, or give them flipping a big old tractor tire. You'd be surprised at what can happen, because the concept of flipping a tire, you're thinking flipping heck, right? But it's amazing what can be done. If you can flip a tire, what else can I do? And that's usually what happens off of that. But with Horizon Health, we've got a lot of things available. All right.
I love it. We're going to try all of this. We really are. But for now, Aaron Hornback, thank you so much for your time.
Talk to you later, Aaron Hornback.
Absolutely. I'll be on to him later. He's American and everything. He really is. Now, obviously, everybody, we want you to be exercising, because we can exercise, can we? Is that the rules this week? Are we allowed to exercise still?
Yeah, we are allowed to exercise.
Outside?
Outside. I'm doing what he told us. Can you not tell?
I think you should be careful with that brassiere.
Yeah, outside. Oh, do you remember that Barbara?
Yes.
Yes. Can you imagine if that happened? No, you don't want to see that.
Not with me. It'd be like watching bowling.
Oh.
I tell you.
Hey, 2 cups of Bovril. Anyway, so...
Let's have the weather. Oh, come on.
Well, what a cold start to January we've had already, and it's going to get colder, and we will have more snow on the way, ladies and gentlemen, this week. Good evening, Belle. Good evening, Carol. Happy New Year, Carol. Hi, everyone, and welcome to this week's weather forecast with me, Paul Rudd. So, will it be raining men? Well, it isn't in my life at the moment. Or will snowdrops fall on our heads? It will at the end of the week. This is this week's weather outlook. Here's my weather maps. Take a look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, Thursday it will be raining with the temperatures around 6. Friday will be cloudy with the temperatures of 5. Saturday will rain with the temperatures of 5. And Sunday will be sunny with the temperatures of 5. I hope you all try and have a great weekend, ladies and gentlemen. Be good, stay safe and stay positive. We're all in it together. Sending you much love, mwah, and virtual hugs. And now it's time to hand over back to the studio for this week's episode of Your Manchester with the brilliant Belinda Scandal and the amazing Caroline Whitehead. As I said, for this week's episode of Your Manchester.
Oh, what an absolute gent.
He's cute and he's got his mittens on.
He's cute and he's got his mittens on and he's got his waterfall in the background, water feature, and he's got a garden that's bigger than Heaton Park. I don't know what's going on, honestly. What a fantastic show. Thank you very much for them guests.
Oh, yeah, they're lovely, aren't they?
Yeah, we've got a marvellous show lined up for you next week as well, everybody. Hayley, Michelle Eagleton's back, everybody. So make sure you tune in for that. Coming your way on the 3rd of February, just a quick announcement about our special LGBT plus QI ... show. It's coming your way on the 3rd of February, everybody. It really is. Now, we realise you might be... What?
And the 10th of
And the
February?
10th is?
10th of February, we're celebrating Chinese New Year in a fusion with Valentine's.
Oh, that's really good, that, because normally on Valentine's Day, I normally have a Chinese.
You see? Oh,
It's
not
the
just a
future.
hat rack. And you?
Well, if you do get down, though, people, we don't want you to. Now, our lovely company, Ayres Water Family Solicitors, have got behind this wonderful channel and indeed behind some helpline numbers. Don't get down, get in contact.
So don't suffer in silence. Call the Samaritans on 116 123, Mind on 0300 123 3393, Calm on 0800 58 58 58, or Sane on 0300 304 7000.
See, there is help out there. You're not allowed to get down. If you do feel yourself getting down, get in touch. All the ways you can get in touch are everywhere. Basically, all you need to remember is the words "You're Manchester," and you can be part of our show, and you can talk to us. We are there for each and every one of you. Have you had a good show?
I've had a great show. It's all about uplifting, connecting with people, and we've had a bit of a laugh as well.
We've had a giggle.
We've
really
learned
have
some
had a giggle,
stuff. We have
everybody.
learned some stuff.
I've learned some stuff. You've got to look after your social wealth and health being.
Wealth and health being. So let's move that. Oh, I can't go over
You
there.
can't touch me side.
Touch it, though.
I'm going to put a gunge tank above.
I think, or a red button.
A red button. We can get a red button.
Yeah, let's get a red button.
I'll just have to consult with the directors if I'm allowed
Remember
to spend.
to wear your masks.
Yes. Where's my mask gone? There we go, everybody.
The
Come on, let's
supermarkets
put
will not let you in if you have not got your mask.
And they don't let you in if you're more than one either. So there we go. Everybody, thanks so much for watching this week's show. Take care of yourselves and each other. Stay gold from myself, Belinda Scandal, and the very gorgeous Caroline Whitehead. Till we meet again, thanks for watching this week's episode of Your Manchester.